Daphne Byrne, issue 2, the second issue of the 4th Hill House series. The 5th one's coming soon because Plunge is starting soon, which is also by Joe Hill, who does Basket Full of Heads. But this is the one that we weren't so keen on, compared to the others with issue 1. We were kind of lukewarm on it. But we all wanted to come back and try issue 2 and see if it got better, see how we felt about it afterwards. I think we're all still lukewarm, basically.
Yeah, this is... I mentioned something earlier. I do not remember the first issue. Usually, I read a lot of comics. We all do, and I'll take I'll read a first page or two, and it'll come back to me what happened before. This one, I have vague memories of going down into a crypt at the end.
It was a dream. I remember it being a dream at the end, and I remember our mother going to the fortune teller or the psychic to talk to the dead husband.
Until you've just said that. I just don't have any recollection of that first issue in any detail that is meaningful enough to advance the story.
Yeah, this issue has a ghost who's following Daphne around and kind of helping her with the bullies and telling her to look at these books in the library, or not even telling her to do that, but it's kind of nagging her while she's doing it. And she's looking into these different things. She got a period when she was and I think we knew that last issue as well. I feel like that was something we knew.
That was maybe at the end.
Yeah.
They were hinting at it. This confirmed it.
Yeah, and we got to see this old age maxi pad device. it was like a strap that you attach a napkin to, so that it hangs. I don't know. It was weird.
AKA anyone that has a fondness for times gone by, just show them this page and go, "Hey, modern times are pretty cool."
Yeah. Women's sanitary products have advanced a little bit since then.
Yes.
But anyway, it's got this ghost talking to her, and it's is it malevolent? What does it want exactly? And the mother kind of meets a new guy who might, be the start of a romantic interest, because the fortune teller just told her that she has to do that. She has to be with someone to protect from the coming evils. Yeah, I'm out too. I mean, I don't have to yell it in the first 5 seconds like Matt seems to always want to do.
I'm out. Yeah, I can't.
Matt has no nuance. Matt never builds up to it. I love to set up where I'm going and sort of get there and sort of pay off a little story.
No, if I'm a fighter, I like to end it in the first 5 seconds. I ain't got
that knockout blow on the first.
That's it.
It's not a fight.
If I don't get it, that's it. So
we have to tell a story with your opinion, Matt. Tell a story.
Here's the thing, though. The issue isn't bad. It's fine. Yeah, I don't hate it. There's nothing
and honestly,
wrong with it.
It's a very quick read. Because I read I was rendering a video, and I said I'll read a comic, right? And I read Young Justice, which I thought might be a long read because the last one was, and I actually ended up finishing Daphne Byrne as well before the render finished because it read that quickly. And it was fine. I think
I found myself not caring about anything. Like I say, I don't remember anything from the first issue, so it didn't feel like part of a story. It just felt like an issue of something.
I don't think Kelly Jones' art makes it sing. I think the story would be fine. See, if this was paired with a knockout artist, I think it may actually be, because I think the atmosphere of really good art would make it a lot more engrossing.
Yeah.
Without even changing the story, because I don't think the writing's bad per se. I think the writing's fine.
No, it's I'm sure it's gonna read fine in trade, which is what I said in our group. But yeah, it's the story was moving a little bit too slow, and I'm not a fan of the art. So, yeah, just the weird. They gave me the creeps. So if that was the objective, it knocked it out. But yeah.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing ever, and honestly, 3 out of 4 of these Hill House books ain't bad. No? 3 of them have been very good.
I'm pretty confident on the 5th one.
Yeah, because it's Joe Hill again, so yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident as well. So yeah, we're dropping Daphne Byrne issue 2, or we're dropping Daphne Byrne
after issue 2.
After issue 2.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you keep reading it, let us know what you think in the comments. We don't mind. The chances of us going back and catching up on something because someone tells us something is good is fairly minimum. We kind of have to have an inkling interest anyway. But it's always worth telling us if you think something's really good after we've dropped it, because we might be tempted.
If something got better. If you're a person who feels like we do now and then feel like it got better, that's a little bit different to someone who has always been a fan of the book and goes, "Hey, no, it's really good," and we're like, "Yeah, but just different tastes."
Yeah, I will say one of the weirdest things that people tell us sometimes when we've dropped a book and they'll say like 5-6 issues later that we're missing out because we're not reading this book, and I'm like, but I didn't like it. I don't feel like I'm missing out because I didn't like it. Yeah, not that I expect a blowback from Daphne Byrne being dropped, but it made me think of that. So I went down a little rabbit hole.
It did make me want to see the Daphne Byrne adaptation, though. If they chose to make a movie,
sure,
I'd probably go see it because it's got a fun setting that's creepy, and that's what I like in a scary movie.
Yeah, I do genuinely think the plot though is the least interesting out of the four. I like all the other ones more in terms of just the concept.
We felt when we read the solicits for it too. That was the one that we're like,
that's true.
It was always the least interesting one, right? Yeah. And it was like, well, maybe, but like I say, 3 out of 4, likely 4 out of 5.
Yeah,
I mean,
but like
it's pretty good odds.
And like Lolo Woods was one that I wasn't hot on after the first issue, and then I came and talked it here, and it's a great discussion book, and I really enjoy it. So, but like, it's really funny how Basket Full of Heads and Tall House Family seem to be heads above the other ones.
Yeah, I'm expecting a lot from the next one. Like I say, it's Joe Hill writing again and Stuart Immonen on art, which is going to look fantastic.
And it's basically the thing.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm excited for us, isn't it?
I'm pretty pumped about it. I'm pretty pumped. So, what are we giving Daphne Byrne, Matt? Anyway,
I'll give this a fair 5.5. I really don't like the art.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's fair. Connor?
For me, it's a straight 5 in that I don't dislike the art or like it. It's just it's fine, and the same with the rest of the book. It's fine. It's there. It's not offensive, but I don't like it.
Yeah, no, I agree with the 5. I think it's just okay, or just in the middle, and like I don't feel strongly about it either way. But I do appreciate that it was a really quick read because at least because this could be the sort of book where it's equally in the middle, but there's a lot of dialogue, so it takes a long time to get. And you end up kind of resenting it because of that. It's like they're just finish.
Short.